Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you for joining Luana YBC-Youth Clothing Conversation. It seemed like it's been years since I've been on here. I'm not sure if my family's having trouble, but I'm meeting with the Gomez family, interviewing the Gomez family this evening from Hartford, Connecticut. So I'm going to give them a little bit more time to come on. Not sure if they're having difficulty coming on, but I just wanted to say, hey y'all, hey y'all. So hopefully we'll get this interview done this evening. But if not, you got me for the meantime. Uh, um, but thank you guys for who supported me, who watched my videos, who watched my interviews. This year 2023, I've been renovating, so I've been having a lot of stuff going on in my house. So I've been doing replays of interviews that I did when I first started. So I hope you guys have been enjoying them. But as everything settled down, I'll be getting back into interviewing a lot of young people, young adults, and adults. I have met some amazing people in the past 3 months. So I'm hoping they get on my platform and you'll get to hear their story and what they have going on in the different parts of the city that they live in. Just trying to give the Gomez family um, some more minutes to come on. Powerful story about a couple who had a son and he had Down syndrome, but he started his own business and his business is called Imperfect Me by Pop. So I hope they get on so you can hear their story and how they overcame and how's he doing. He's a CEO. So I'm just hoping that they'll be able to get on soon. But in the meanwhile, do anybody have any comments or questions for me? Trying to push my platform um, in a different direction, but the same mission. But would like to start traveling to different college campuses, especially HBCUs, to interview the young adults that go to the schools and why they represent their HBCU and what it means to them to go to a historic black college. I went to a historic black college, Delaware State University, and it shaped my life. I still have friends to this day that I made great organizations, Zeta Phi Beta sorority, a part of, and just made sisterhood for a lifetime. So I'm just want to capture, the young adults as they maneuvering through college and getting to know who they are. And a lot of them are entrepreneurs, so that's even better. That's even better. So I'm still trying to give them a little bit more time for the Gomez family to come on, and hopefully they'll be on soon. Um, Trying to hit them up. Oh, here they go. Yay! Uh, Hello, 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 hello.
Hello, how are
Hello.
you?
I am great. I was just doing a little introduction. Sorry, I had to start because with the StreamYard, you got in the different platforms, you got to start on time. But I am so happy that you guys came on.
Thank you for having us today.
Yes, yes, yes. So before I get started, I always ask the person or people that I'm interviewing if they mind open us up in a word of prayer.
Excuse me, I didn't hear. What did you say?
I said the person that I'm normally interviewing, I always ask if you can open us up in a word of prayer. If
Oh,
you
go
can
ahead,
pray.
Carlos, honey.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mama.
Come on. Stop playing.
Listen, I'm gonna be like Russell Simmons, gonna be short and sweet.
That's fine. That's your prayer.
Okay. Thank you, Lord, for this blessed day that we're here to visit. Here to see and praise everyone that's on this podcast and everyone that's listening. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Well, thank you guys for taking out your busy day to come and sit down with me. My name is Lawana, aka better known as Lou. I start just to give you a little bit of background about myself because we didn't get to speak. but I started my platform in the midst of COVID. I did a lot of ministry work with the youth, mainly girls. And at that time, I just thought that the youth was not being heard. It was more adults being heard than the youth. So I was like, okay, I was kind of stuck in a hard place with different businesses and how I always clear my mind. I always go running or walking. And God was like, well, I want you to go on live. And I'm like, huh? That's not, because me, that's not what I do. I like to be in the background. And he was
Me
like,
too.
I want you to, go live and talk to the students, talk to the youth. And I was like, well, who's gonna talk to me? And he was like, well, start in your house. Because I have, at that time, my kids were 17 and 18. They're older now. So I started with them, and it's been 3 years since I've been doing my platform. And what I noticed is a lot of youth and young adults have their own businesses. And I also interview adults that is mentors to youth and young adults, or if they have a business that help out with the youth and young adults. So that's how this platform came about. And I've been meeting some amazing people and interviewing them and just getting their story out, how much you want to share. But over the course of 3 years, from what I understood, from what people told me, a lot of connections happened, a lot of breakthroughs, friendships. So I was pleased to hear that from my platform. So I love talking to everyone. And then when I ordered my sweater shirt from you guys, I was like, So I heard about your story. I was like, I wonder if they would want to come on to my platform. So I thank you guys for, coming, reaching all the way down here in DC from Connecticut.
Well, thank you for even again having us here today. This is a message that we want to, you know, reach internationally and spread the word and helping everyone to understand that they are unique, but they're perfect in their own way.
Yeah. I have I'm also part of a nonprofit, a tribe called Queens. And one of my business partners, she has a nonprofit as well because her daughter also is autistic.
Mhm.
And she been reaching a lot. So I'm hoping she watching so you guys can connect.
Absolutely.
Um, See if you guys can help each other, platforms out.
Definitely.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, so we're gonna get into our interview. We're gonna get into our interview. So I always ask, who is, I said the Gomez family, but who is Carlos and Leslie?
Well, Leslie is obviously um I'm really the voice and
Yes.
both of us are like the masterminds of the family, and we are a transparent family because we want people to understand that no one's perfect, nobody's family is perfect, and that any kind of adversities that they may encounter, that you know not always look at the bad that comes out of it, but try to pick out the positive things on that might be pulling you towards your purpose, right? So because we don't go through these adversities for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't go through these adversities, we don't have a story to tell,
Yeah.
right? So the Gomez family, we're built out of love, transparency, integrity, and that's
Yeah.
who from my standpoint, that's who we are.
I love it.
What Leslie said. No, sir. Yes, we are. We're a melting pot of a lot of things. I have a degree in fashion. I also work
Okay.
in. I work in the field of. I worked with nonprofits. I worked in the school system. I worked on psych units, so I know the whole gambit of from autism to schizophrenia. So I know the whole gambit. But she also is. My wife is a nurse by trade,
Okay.
and
You going too early.
Yeah.
Too early, right?
Am I going to-
Oh, you are.
Oh, all right.
Look, y'all been studying.
No, actually, I did. Actually, I didn't even study the questions
She didn't. He didn't. I
Oh,
did.
because I just like to just
yes.
because I
Good.
might forget if I try to study, I'm gonna forget something. I'm gonna be mad. So
That's good.
okay,
Okay.
that was it. We are the Gomez's.
So what makes the Gomez family special?
Wow, good question. I guess I'll start. The love we have for each other, our transparency, our upside downs, our good and bad.
And the love we have for our community, like, is what we are, a community driven couple. Like, we love our community in any way that we can help or contribute to the community. We're always, as long as it can contribute and help someone, or we're down for it.
Okay. I got none of this from the bio. I got none of this. I'm just saying. I'm just saying now. So I'm assuming Mr. Carlos wrote it. Or no? But anywho.
No, I did not write it.
No, you didn't? Oh wow. The missus wrote it?
Actually, a friend of ours who knows our story and she hit it right on the nose.
Oh
Like,
wow.
she's a writer, so she took the elements from what she saw from the outside and put that together. And I said she couldn't be more on point than what she put in that bio.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, because I'm not, as you can tell, I'm not a woman of many big words.
Mm-hmm.
She has some big words. Whoever wrote has some big words in there. I had to go to the dictionary and be like, wait a minute, I never heard that word. Let me look that. Let me look. Okay, so it makes sense. She's a writer. Okay, because I was like, okay, that's why I said Mr. Carlos. I was reading as I was typing my questions out, I was like, oh, I had grammatical issues. That's why.
Oh no, listen, listen.
Look. So I thought you wrote it. I was like, he used no big words. He might be like, this girl don't know how to spell.
Oh no judgment from us over here.
I use big words. I misspell. He always gets on me when I post something.
He has like run-on sentences. I'd be like,
I say it how I feel it, and they're just gonna get it.
Yes, but it was good. So going on to my next question. So how have the past 3 years during this pandemic affected your family spiritually, personally, and professionally?
You want to go first?
Sure. Since you looked at me.
I was ready to talk. Go ahead.
Spiritually, it tested us because of course, like everyone, we didn't know what was going on. So we were all scared as HELL. Financially, I mean, for the business, it was me personally. I got more creative. I mean, I'm a creative person by nature, but during the pandemic, I just really like things just was coming to me, and I just was throwing things.
So I would say that you birthed some things through that pandemic, right?
Mm-hmm. And also, I mean, and there was bouts of depression and what ifs, what's going to happen. So.
Yeah. And from my standpoint, in the last 3 years, for me spiritually, I feel like my connection and my relationship with God was definitely strengthened, because for one reason, we have more time to really sit, right? We have a lot more time to sit. So in the midst of that time of uncertainty, listen, I'm talking to God, like, God, what's going on? Because I would have never thought that I would live through or encountered a pandemic in my lifetime. Like, who would have thought? Yeah. So spiritually, I felt like my relationship with God and the depth of my spirituality had increased and strengthened. And what was the next question after spirituality? What was the next thing?
Professionally.
So professionally for me, I was able to birth and niche down what I did in my kind of work that I do right now, and that I was able to take the skills that I had and think about how can I use it to help the people now on these different platforms, still, brand themselves, still show up for themselves. We know that the technology was not, we had to get used to going on Zoom and all the things like, so I had to think about, or what helped me professionally was to discover how my skills can help other entrepreneurs during that time of uncertainty, and what they needed to do to continue to flourish, empower, make money, and all the things. I think there was a third part too, before I forget.
Personally. But that kind of come hand in hand.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are native from Hartford, Connecticut?
Yeah.
No.
No? Okay.
I was born in Cuba.
Oh, okay.
I
Interesting.
was born in Cuba, and I came here very young.
Okay.
And
Look at it.
I came here very young, and with my mother, and we have some relatives here. We have a few relatives here.
Nice. But you from Connecticut, Mom? You from Connecticut?
Yes, I'm from Connecticut. Yep, I was born
Okay.
and raised in Connecticut, but my family are natives from Jamaica. So I was the only one that didn't get, well, not the only one. Out of my siblings, was the only one that didn't get the
She's American.
yeah, the pleasure to be born here. Like,
Oh, okay. So I was all the way wrong. That's okay. So, well, living in Connecticut, you guys not from there, but living in Connecticut, what are some fun facts about your city, Hartford, and the state of Connecticut?
Fun facts. Wow.
you got some? Because I don't have none.
Yeah, that's a good question. We have the biggest casino.
Yeah,
Two
you
of the
do.
big-
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
There's more black people than people think.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
No, you say
I
Connecticut
have
people.
family in Hartford, so yeah.
No. You when you meet somebody out of town, you say you're from Hartford, Connecticut. They're like, "There's black people there." Like,
Or they think you're
posh.
rich.
Yeah,
They think you're rich because
Yeah.
we're the richest state, right? But we have the same
same
hoods
struggles.
like every other state has.
Yeah. Yeah, my cousin, my uncle and aunt used to live in Hartford, right across from the park. I don't remember the park, but it was a
Union Park.
huge park. I'm not sure, but I know they lived on a nice block, but then you go around the corner, like DC. You go around the corner, you like, oh, okay. But that was years ago. I haven't been back to Connecticut because then they migrated to Boston. So they in Boston now. But awesome. So you have a powerful story about how your life changed after you had your son. Can you share?
Well, okay, so this is 2004. We're expecting Jaden, aka Pop. No, everything's normal. We do the test to see if there's any thing wrong with him or anything like that. So no, it comes back. Everything comes back clear. So 12/12/04. He comes. Fresh out the womb. The doctor takes him to clean him up. They do everything. Hour later, half hour later, he comes back. The doctor comes back and says, "Well, your son will never walk or talk."
He didn't say that. He handed it to us.
No.
He handed him to us, and he basically said, "Your baby has Down syndrome." So immediately, I went into like a shock.
And
like,
he said, "Your son will never walk, talk, do things deemed normal." No. So then she went into shock, and I said, "No, 10 fingers, 10 toes, let's go." Well, you could take off now because say your part.
Yeah. So for me, like going through the entire.
Can I interject?
Yes.
Oh, before she says her part. Also, no, because this why I was so in a different space to her, because my oldest son is autistic. So and I work in the field. So I mean, that is, it's not, it wasn't a shock to me as more as it was to Leslie.
Mhm. I mean, I worked in the field, but never ever did I think that I was going to be that 1%. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I went through my entire pregnancy as them not picking up anything. And we all know that that was the God, right? So that's why I feel like he was meant to be here for a strong purpose. Because I will be transparent. If I had known that at my age of 28 years old, starting to live my life, I probably wouldn't have had him. So I felt like this was just supposed to be. But I will tell you, in the beginning, it was very hard for me because people get, I would say that I grieved. I grieved not having a typical son, right? And some people can't deal with the fact that I say that, but it's true, right? Uh, Thinking how I was going to protect him from the world. I just wasn't prepared, right? I wasn't prepared. So I had to go through my emotional stuff, and I grieved for like, I would say till he was like 12. I wasn't able to really talk about him. I just brought him around with the expectation that you're going to treat him like he's normal. You're not going to treat him like he's special, because if you meet him, he doesn't think
Right.
anything is wrong with him, because
Right.
we disciplined him like we would do all the other kids. And we brought him around like we would do any other kids. So
Put it this way. If you met Jaden, you will understand. So, because to meet him, you will understand. So we have more fear than he had.
Yeah.
He's fearless. So everything, we was placing all the fear on him, and it was just our fear, because he go wherever he goes, and he's verbal, but some of it is because he talks fast,
Mm-hmm.
so it comes out like.
Mm-hmm.
So, but wherever he goes, he meets a friend.
Yeah.
People love him. They like wherever he goes, he's the man. Not just to say that because he's my son, but like
You can say that because he's your son.
no. I mean, no, but no. Like he's a little rock star. Like I'll bring him places, and people, and he'd be like, I know him, but we like, hey Jaden, what's up? You like, okay.
he has that aura of people that people could look at him and look over his disability. And that's what we kind of want to push out into the community, that no matter what, either physical or non-physical impairment that you have, that you're still perfect to someone in yourself, or imperfect, and embrace some imperfections, right? Or,
But also, in the Black community, is
they shun.
We will shun our people that has intellectual disabilities. We'll put them to the back. We don't talk about it. It's taboo. Like, it's like, ooh, no. But no, we from day one, we're like, if you can't accept him, you can't accept us. So wherever we go, he goes, and he gets love from everyone. He's to say he's a blessing is an understatement.
Right.
Yeah.
Understatement.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, I couldn't adjust to that because I was going through that 5 stages of grief. Like, I went through that bargaining stage of saying, like, and I'm being honest, what did I do to deserve this? Not knowing, I was like, having these conversations with God, like I would give somebody the shirt off my back, the last shirt off my back if I had to. And thinking about other people bad things to kids, and you give them like typical children, but he knew that we were the person for him.
Yeah. So reading the bio about your son, who is the CEO of Imperfect by Pop, what inspired Jaden to come out with his own clothing line? Can you hear me? Because it looked like you guys are frozen a little bit.
We were the mastermind. Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, you were frozen too.
Oh,
We
okay.
can hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay, great. I can
Can you
hear you
hear us?
perfect. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Okay. Do you need me to
So we were. I can hear you.
do you want me to repeat the
No,
question?
I understood the question.
No, we got it.
Okay.
So I think we pretty much created that brand for Jaden. Initially, we created him to help him love himself despite his disability. So we didn't know that this was going to be, we just thought, well, his dad came up with this idea and he would send him places, send him to school with the
t-shirt, the
t-shirts,
sweatshirt,
the sweatshirts. And everybody was like, oh, what's that? What does that mean? And we will go into the spiel. And then we noticed that not only kids with disability or parents that take care of kids with disabilities could relate to this, but even normal people that may experience anxiety, depression, ADHD, you name it, bipolar, whatever, or just having some
their own self-doubt.
right.
Their own self-doubt within themselves. And it's a conversation starter. So they were like, no, like, no, people were like, oh, you're perfect. I'm like, no, not today, but no, maybe another day I may be. Then they were like, what does it mean? I give them a card, I give them the spiel, and they're like, oh, I love this. And then, like, if you get, like, when we go do our vending events and Jaden comes with us, and then then if they meet him, they're like, oh, I get it. Like, I totally get it.
Yeah, I love it.
And it's a play on words. So it's a play on words. It's I'm perfect or imperfect. So whatever you're feeling that day.
Oh, I am perfect, or
So you said you give a spill. So I was gonna ask the question, where did you come up with the name? How did you come up with the name? And what do you tell people that the name means?
So one night I had a dream. I seen the word in my dream. I seen the word imperfect in my dream. And I woke up and I woke Leslie up. I said, I got it. And she was like, it's like 3:00 in the morning. She's like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm like, imperfect. She's like, what are you talking? I'm like, see, I could see she needs a visual. So, but when I explained it to her, she kind of got, but she needed a visual. So I said the word imperfect. I'm gonna change the I am to a different color, then keep the word perfect another color. So I'm perfect. So because every child is perfect in their parents' eyes, no matter their disability, their situation, what they may be going through, what they have done, what they didn't do, they're still perfect in their parents' eyes. And I said that is Jaden, aka Pop. He's perfect to us. So that's how imperfect was born.
Okay. I love it. I love it because when I heard it, I was like, it's a story behind that. It's a story behind that brand. I gotta get that story. It's a story behind that brand. It's a very good conversational piece. But Mom,
Yes,
I'm gonna throw this question to you because not knowing that you was gonna touch on this, but I guess it was, I don't know, I guess God gave me the question to ask. So I'm gonna throw this at you. So looking back to when you had Jaden, did you know you was birthing out a CEO? That he was going to be what he is today?
Absolutely not. I mean, no, I was more concerned with the diagnosis versus what he could be. Because again, I was in shock. Like I wasn't expecting this. But, hindsight now, I started to understand things. If you talk about spirituality and God and, the universe and all that other stuff, that he was he was supposed to be here, and he is the purpose, and we're here to push out that message, right? We're here to push out that message. That's why God had his purpose already
Yeah.
thought of before I could even. He picked us. He chose us as parents to help push him out to do the purpose, because he's just he's the vessel, right?
Yeah.
And he put two people that was able to complete the mission and the purpose to do what God put him here to do.
Amen. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. So, okay, so you brought me into my other question. I love it. I love it. So, do you think what you guys doing as a family, through your clothing line or through your other businesses, is it your passion or is it your purpose or maybe is it both?
I think it's both.
Definitely
I think
both.
it's both. Because we have different strengths in the business, right? So I'm pretty much the voice. He's basically the creative mind behind it, right? And I feel like it's purposeful because we love Jaden, but we also want to spread that, you know, go ahead, take over. But just because of
just because he is Down syndrome or whatever
labels.
you may put on a child or adult or an individual, they still want the same things we want. They just may not know how to communicate it. No, I'm lying. They do know how to communicate it.
Keep talking. I thought I plugged in my computer cord, but I didn't. But keep talking because people are listening.
So, I lost my frame of thought.
Well, remember what Howard used to say.
Okay, so yeah, so we have a cousin, and so Jaden was talking one day, and I was like, oh man, we has to I'm gonna have to get him a speech therapist to help him talk better, so we can so he could understand us. And our cousin Howard said, no, we have to understand him because
we're in his world. We are in his world.
We're in his world. He's not in our world. We're in his world, so we have to understand him because he understands us. We just have. So I mean, he talks, but then some things are
jumbly because he wants to talk so bad. He runs the words together, so we have to tell him to slow down. But as far as receptiveness, he knows everything that's going on.
He knows rappers. He knows video games. He knows dances.
Music. Like he gets on his computer and he's navigating the whole thing, and we're like,
he knows how to do his own reels. He knows he's taught himself how to tie his shoe. Like everything, to be honest, like he did it himself. Like one day we'll come home, he'd be home, he'd be doing something like how you do, like he just did it. He just things you think you need to teach him, he taught himself.
Like especially a reel. He caught me off guard one day because I even though he's on Instagram, we monitor his page, so we'll get the notifications. And he put this reel together, and I was like, "Carlos, you put that reel?" I was like, "That was a dope reel!" Like, he was like, "No, what you talking about?" And then Jaden had put it together, and then all the likes and the comments that he got from it.
Wow.
And he's a people person. I'm not a super people person. He's a people person. Like he doesn't see bad.
No.
Yeah.
He doesn't see bad.
No.
He doesn't do sad. He doesn't do mad. He doesn't like.
He do mad. He does mad.
No, he's mad about food and video games. Like I'm talking about our kind of mad. But no, he sees the good in everything. Like
he's definitely love. Like
That's
love. Like love.
Like a thing he does around the house. Like he hugs us like
constantly.
1,000,000 times a day. Like
nice.
That's
I love it. I gotta meet him. So, what have been some of your greatest achievements in the work that you guys are doing?
Touching other people.
Oh, I was just gonna say that. So touching lives, right? um,
Other parents.
and being able to resonate, people to be being able to resonate with us, right? That's the whole deal. But also, I think I'm gonna speak for Carlos on this, that we didn't have anybody to tell us or teach us nothing about entrepreneurship, right? And I think that was a great achievement coming from where we came from and some of the generational curses that I feel like we were able to broke that. And if it wasn't because of Pop, it would have never happened.
Wow.
No, correct, definitely. And you know, and hearing the getting the positive feedback from people, like keep doing what you're doing. Like I'm so proud of you. Like I like because you know, like sometimes, especially like you know, when you have a child with special needs, you know, it's like let's say you're in that 1% of that community, so it's only but so many people.
Yeah.
But then when we start doing this, the other people come around like, no, like this helped me with my ADHD or my depression. Like, you know,
Yep. I hope I have people inboxing me and say, "Hey, my granddaughter was just born and she has Down syndrome,
Wow.
and the mom is really having a hard time." And I could definitely resonate with that because
Yeah.
I had those same feelings. And I could tell them that's normal to feel that way, right? It's a loss, and it's a loss, but it's a blessing. But naturally, it's a loss because the expectation is right that we all have typical children.
Yeah.
So I also want to say that the vision we have for Imperfect is just not the clothing wear, but to empower other kids and families with special needs. So even this year, a part of the vision that we didn't even see that was happening before our own eyes was that we were asked to partner with the school and bring kids in with special needs to working skills, teach them how to make, we teach them how to make t-shirts, making their
sweatshirt.
own
Yeah.
t-shirts. Um, so that in itself was one of the greatest achievements, to even bring other special needs children in and tap into their strengths and teach them something new that they're capable of doing.
Wow. That's great. So, what's the opposite side? So, what have been
I
some of
think it's
your?
frozen.
You're frozen.
I'm frozen again. Can you see me? Can you see me now?
You're frozen.
Oh wow. Wait a minute. I'm still frozen. Can you see me?
Frozen.
I'm still frozen. Oh man, what's going on here? How about now? Can you see me?
Still a little. You're still frozen. Oh wait. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on here.
It's all right.
Okay. Okay. So I was saying, with the great achievements also come obstacles. So what have been some of your obstacles throughout the why you laugh throughout your journey? What have been some of the obstacles, and how did you guys get over them?
Well, I would say one of the obstacles that we have, our dream is so big that, as you know, as a minority family business, there's not enough capital, right, to help us to really push this dream out. So, and figuring out things, right? So I think that's our biggest obstacle. Have we overcome that yet? Not yet, but we have not given up, right? We see it in our future that we're going to be able to push this social enterprise. I call it a social enterprise because that's what it is, and push it across the world.
Okay. All right. Great. So, mom and dad, you guys are entrepreneurs. So, what else you guys do? You have other businesses than the t-shirt. What else you guys do? Can you share?
Yeah, so my first profession is I'm a registered nurse over 20 years, and I decided in 2018, after my husband bought me this
Okay.
gift as
All
a
right.
camera, right? He was finally listening to me, and he bought me a camera, and it turned into this really successful, thriving business, right? As a photographer in my community, and as I go. So I am a brand photographer. So I empower women to be confident and fearless and create impact in business, find their voice, stop hiding behind what they do. And I do it through photographs, but I also do it through coaching. So that's my primary business.
Come on, Dad.
Entrepreneur. I guess it's something I always wanted. I just didn't know how to get to it. So, like I said, when Jaden came, it was like that was the birth of us being the birth of me actually just going into entrepreneurship because Leslie was already doing photography.
Was that?
No, well, before we started this.
Oh yeah.
So that has because like my mother is a seamstress, so I always watched her sew clothes. So I always been into fashion. So I always I'd never thought I would be selling clothes. Like no, I would I want to go get dressed up, but I didn't think I would be selling clothes.
You didn't know he was going to be creating the fashion.
Right.
Okay.
So that started that was my leap into entrepreneurship was Pop.
Okay.
Pop was the
And then he started making these he made up this recipe. He likes to cook too. So he likes to cook. So he started making these jerk turkey burgers, and it became a hit. And then people just started buying them, and they taste amazing.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So, and what else?
Bow ties.
Oh yeah, he started off the.
Well, I started off bow ties, but I didn't really. I wouldn't say I started it like it was an entrepreneur. It was just more like, okay, you make me a bow tie. I'm like, all right, I'll make a bow. And I'll charge him a couple dollars, like this. And then it just picked up, and I was doing that. But then I put it to the side when Imperfect came. So, but I still do it. Like people like, I do it.
Okay, Mr. Fashion. So I'm gonna see you in New York Fashion Week, or somewhere in Paris.
Go ahead, speak it, girl. Come on.
You gonna see us?
Right? I'm gonna see y'all in Paris somewhere. You know what I mean?
You'll see Pop. I told you I like to play the back. You'll see Pop.
Okay.
Play the front.
And look, and Pop probably can walk and walk it.
Oh no, he will walk it.
Oh, he will walk it. When we're doing our photo shoots, when we're doing our clothing photo shoots and stuff that we curate on our own, we don't have to tell him that he's a natural at it. Like
he gets to it.
Wow.
He gets to it. He gets to dancing. He gets to posing. He ready to go.
So what is next for the Gomez family? What is next?
Jay, you got a shirt on? No. Go put a shirt on and come down here.
And say hello.
Oh, yay.
All right, we're gonna eat in a minute. He just woke up. He was taking a nap.
Okay. So what is next?
The boss is waking up.
What is next for you guys? What is next? What is next? What is next for your family? What is next?
You broke.
I'm. You can't hear me again?
You're breaking.
Oh man, what's going on with my connection? Can you hear me now? No.
Nope. You froze.
Jaden, go get a shirt.
Still froze?
What does he do?
I'm still froze?
No,
Yep.
There you go.
There you go.
I don't know what's going on. What is going on?
It's all right. The devil's working, but no, it's all right.
So I was saying, what is next for you guys? What is next for the Gomez family? What do y'all have in the future? 3 years from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now? Where Carlos and Leslie and Jaden gonna be?
We're gonna have a few coffee shops or some kind of shops opening where we employ the special needs kids, adults or whomever, and we pay them exactly what we would pay ourselves.
We also want to pair them with inner city kids and other kids just to show there's not really a difference. Like, no, y'all both are 18 or 19, whatever age. It's not a difference. They want the same things you want. They just don't know how to articulate it or go about it how you get it. Mm-hmm. So they may need a parent or a mentor or a guardian to get them to that point, but they want the same exact thing. Like, Jaden wants GameStop just like another 18-year-old wants GameStop. He wants He wants
his
a
iPhone,
phone.
yeah.
His girlfriend. He wants just like any other typical 18-year-old wants. He wants the same things.
Yeah.
No, Jaden.
So we're working towards that. That's the another part of our vision is
Turning it into a nonprofit.
Turning it into a nonprofit and having creating a space where they could come in and learn skills and count money and
I love it.
Help other parents.
Help
other parents. Don't be afraid to showcase your child just because they have whatever label they have. Because if they were LeBron James or Kobe Bryant, God bless the dead, or a superstar, you will have them front and center. So no, it's the same concept. You still should have them front and center, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So can you speak to the families who is dealing with a child or children that have Down syndrome, who might feel like they failed, or how are we going to get through this, or how are we going to do this?
It's not a failure. And, in order to be successful, you have to fail, right? You have to fail. But also remember, you want to strengthen their strengths, right? Push their strengths, but also strengthen their weaknesses, right?
And let them fall. Because a lot of times
that's how they learn.
A lot of times, because since they're people with disabilities or in cognitive disabilities, intellectual disabilities, we want to help them do something, opposed to if they're deemed normal, or we'll let them do it, then they bump their head. You got to go. It's the same concept. You got to let them do it.
Mm-hmm.
And if they ask for help, then you help them. Or if they need help, then you help them. But just let them try it first.
Yeah.
For example, one of the things that was my pet peeve, that Jaden would, when he's making a peanut butter, he would make a mess when he's trying to make something. But that's the way he learned how to make a sandwich, right? So I just had to let him make the mess and then teach him how to clean up after.
Yeah, that's good. That's great. So he's 18 now?
He's 18 now.
Wow. Yes. Yes. Oh, and got a girlfriend.
Girl, yeah, he do. He'll come and tell you about the girlfriend, her name.
Well, I thank you guys for coming on and talking to me. And look, I'm gonna put their information out there. You guys got to send me all your information so I can put it down in the interview section. Please support them. Support Jaden. The shirts, the T-shirts are amazing. They are fabulous. Please go out and purchase one from them. They are doing great things in the community, just trying to push forward for people that we think might be imperfect, but they are perfect too. And like, because I have a son, I did have him tested. It was like, no, but he's different, and he knows he's different. And that's what I love about him, because he's not like everybody else, but he embraced who he is, and he has a big heart.
Yes.
He has a big heart. So yeah, so I love it. You guys keep doing it.
Oh. I'm tired. No.
Come on, say hi.
Just want to say hi, Jaden.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, you kind of froze up.
You froze.
I froze again. Lord, have mercy. Am I back now? Can you see me? No?
You skipping.
Skipping your freeze.
Lord have mercy. What is going on?
Okay. Are we there?
Okay, I'm back.
You froze. Oh, there you go.
Wait.
Okay. I don't know I don't know when I'm froze, because I can see myself. And okay, can you see me now? No. I don't know what's going on. No.
Okay, wait.
Uh-oh.
Hello? Can you see me now?
All right.
Okay,
Yes.
Lord have mercy. Look, long as they can see y'all, they ain't gotta see me. Lord have mercy. Hi, Jaden. How are you?
I'm good.
That's good. Thank you for sharing your story, letting your parents come on, share your story and your business.
Say thank you.
It is.
Okay. Everyone, that's Jaden, the CEO.
He
We
just
gonna be,
woke up.
oh yeah, he just woke up. We gonna be looking for you. We're gonna be looking for your fashions and Macy's and Nordstrom's. I'm speaking that into the atmosphere. Everywhere.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
What are you gonna say?
Yeah.
Okay.
He like,
Typical.
he like, no, he
No,
like, he like,
he's
he like, who
hungry.
is
That's what it is.
Look, he like, who is this lady? Like, who I
No,
just
he's
talked
hungry.
to?
That's what it is.
Well, I
Tell him
thank you
tell him what
guys.
you want to eat. You want some
You want
chicken
some
wings?
wings?
Yeah.
Chicken wings? Yes. Some barbecue chicken wings?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your mommy and daddy gonna cook you some wings? Or y'all gonna
Yeah.
order out? Okay.
Now we're gonna cook him some wings.
Yeah. Go ahead. Get some.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking
Yes,
the
yes.
time to.
No, thank you. Come back on here. There you go. I was going to say you have waiting. But thank you. My girlfriend said hi, hello.
Tell her
Tell
hi.
me Greg. She always watching. She lives in North Carolina. She's always watching my show. So thank you, Cookie, for watching my show.
Hey, Cookie.
Cookie.
her,
What's her name? Tanya Burke?
her real name is Telfair, but we call her Cookie.
Okay. No, I know
Cookie.
Cookie live in North Carolina, Tanya.
But
What part
yeah,
of DC are you in?
I'm outside of DC, Fort Washington, Maryland. So
Okay.
I'm southern part of Maryland. So I'm right across the bridge from Alexandria, right down the street from southeast part of DC.
No, I know. I got some friends in DC.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So, try and do what it do down here. Hopefully we get his fashions down here.
Oh,
They have
yeah.
a lot of local owned black businesses, stores.
Yes, I
Come
know.
down here and see if you can get your stuff in the stores.
Yes, our daughter go to school down there. Well, she went. She graduated from Morgan.
Oh,
So
my daughter go to Morgan.
Oh
yeah, she just graduated in December, but our plan is crazy that you said that is, by next year that we'll be down in DC somewhere.
Okay, moving down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Did your daughter come back home?
Every now and then.
Okay, but she stayed here. She stayed in
Yes.
this
Yeah.
area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great opportunity for young folks down here. But my daughter, she's a sophomore at
Oh,
Morgan.
all
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Morgan is great. Morgan is good. But I don't want to hold you guys.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on and sharing your story. Thank you guys for watching, tuning in. I will not be on next week because I'll be traveling with my job, but I have great more interviews to come. But I will do a throwback. So stay tuned next week as well. And saying that, have a great evening. I don't know what's going on with my internet. I don't know, but we got through it. So guys, thank you so much. But stay on. Don't hang. Don't get off yet.
Okay.